Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Nikki here. So today, do you know what, honestly, I just wanted to sit down, chat with you guys. Let's play with some new makeup. Everything that I'm using is practically new. The majority of the products, foundation, concealer, eyeshadow palette, is all new. So I wanted to play with it, and I wanted to really do a Diwali makeup look, seeing as Diwali is coming up and it is the festival of glitter, colour, all of that jazz. I wanted to do a full beat, full glam look for you guys. So if you want to see how I created this makeup look, then just keep on watching. Okay, let's jump right in. I'm going to start off with a fresh face. Now I need to let you guys know that I have been ill. I have had nose cold sores. I get them every single year and they are just healing up right now. So that's why my nose is a little bit red, a little bit blistered, but we're going to go ahead and pop makeup on anyway, because that's who I am. And also I've got my Indian jewellery on. I'll leave the link for it down below, but I would probably suggest not wearing it whilst doing your makeup. It's just easier, but I'm doing it for aesthetic purposes. So let's jump right in to the tutorial. Okay, I don't know what it is about today, but I just really felt like chatting to you guys and chatting with you guys. So I'm going to start off with the Tatcha, the Dewy Skin Cream. And now a lot of you guys do ask me where I get Tatcha from. I'm going to be completely honest and real. They send it to me in the post. I've got a really good relationship with them and I love their products. So I'm going to start off with this little bad boy, and I'm nearly out of this one, but luckily I've got a backup. I'm going to pop this all over the skin to help moisturize. So guys, I'm aware that I use that cream time and time again, but it's just because it makes my skin feel so plump. And just look at it. It's so glowy, so hydrated, but everything else, I feel like all the other products that I'm using, especially base and eyes, actually are all new. So they're products I haven't actually, some of them I haven't even tried out yet, so I'm excited to get into them. Let's move on to base. Now for foundation, I'm going to be using the Mercier. This is a tinted moisturiser, natural skin perfector in the shade 5W1. I think it's 5W1 tan, and I'm going to pop this on and then I'm going to blend it out using a beauty blender. Now I've never tried this foundation before, but I've swatched it and it feels like it's right up my street, and I've really wanted to try Mercier base products as well. I've heard that they're amazing, so I'm going to blend this all over the face and let you guys know what I think. Okay, so this foundation, just look at it. I'm not even gonna lie, I love MAC face and body, you guys know I do, and this is very similar to that. I would say this has got, you can build it up, it's got little coverage. It is a tinted moisturizer, it's super hydrating, but it gives you that glow. She also does an illuminating one that I'm yet to try, but I felt like the illuminating one that I've got is a little bit more pinky. This is a perfect colour. The tan is a perfect colour. It sinks into my skin. It looks super, super natural. You can build it up. But if you like full coverage, personally full coverage isn't for me, but if you like it, don't go near this foundation because it's not going to do you any justice. You're going to be like, what is that? It just is very lightweight, and I just love how it looks on the skin. Let me just top up my lip balm. Do you know what I've been loving? Laneige recently. Have you guys tried it? It's an expensive brand, but Laneige, like this, they do like water clay masks and stuff. I just love the brand. Their lip balms are so bomb. Really, really hydrating. But my lips have been super chapped. My nose has been chapped and blistered. I can't deal with this weather, you know. I can't deal with the weather change. It's not for me. Okay, moving on to concealer. I'm excited because I haven't actually tried this. I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer, and this is in the shade 4N. I think 4N is the best shade for me. It's just a normal doe foot applicator. I'm hoping it's going to have a little bit of coverage to it. I've shade swatched it and I know the shade is a really good shade for me. So I'm going to pop this underneath my eyes and a tiny bit around my mouth area as well, just to cover up my pigmentation. And I'm going to blend that out using my damp beauty blender. Okay, when I first put this concealer on, I was like, oh, it's got coverage, but it's super natural. This is really nice if I was just going to do a soft glam look. Super beautiful. But today we're going to go a little bit full. We're going to go full glam. We're doing a Diwali look. I think that I'd probably just need to, I'm just going to double up the layer and see if I can layer it. The only reason being is I can see like a tiny bit of darkness just in the center here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's just a tiny bit of darkness just here that I'm going to try and just cover up. Okay, so the concealer really builds up nicely. I feel like that darkness has gone, but I am going to move in to another concealer. You guys must be thinking, why are you like doubling up your concealers and why do you need the thickness so much? So what I do is I have darkness pigmentation underneath my eyes. I try and cancel out that pigmentation with a concealer that is the same color as my skin, and then if I go ahead now and bronze and do all of that, everything will look a bit too bronzy and dark for the rest of my face. So I like to balance that out by using a brightener. This could be anything, but just to brighten the center of my face to give a little bit of life and add a little bit of dimension as well. So I'm actually going to be using the Huda Beauty. This is the Overachiever concealer in the shade Nougat. I have about 8 different shades. I'm still trialing and erroring them. I don't feel like I've got a skin shade there yet, but I do love the highlighter shade, so I'm going to be using this shade. I'm going to pop it down the center of my face and underneath my eyes, and I'm going to blend that out using a damp beauty blender as well. This concealer is heavily pigmented, so you don't need too much of it. Okay. I know that this might look a little bit crazy on screen. I feel like it looks crazier on screen than it does in real life, but this is taking it more to that full glam 4B look. You can tell the difference, can't you, between like a full coverage and something that is a little bit more natural. Now this is quite a bit darker, but it's really going to bring the lightness. We are going to balance it all up with a cream bronzer. Don't worry that we're looking a little bit too light right now. When we bronze, everything will come together. So for bronzing, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown. This is the stick foundation in warm almond at 6.5. So I'm going to be popping this around the outskirts of the face and also down the sides of my nose to bring that warmth down the center of my face a little bit as well, just to even everything up. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush just to buff all of this out. So now that Bobbi Brown foundation stick is on, I feel like it looks like a natural bronze, but I want a little bit more oomph, just kind of like here. I just want it a little bit darker. So I'm going to take this Ash Cosmetics, this is a contour stick in foundation dark, and I'm going to pop this just right at the hollows of my cheeks and then blend that out just for a little bit more dimension. Before I move on to any powder on the face, I am going to do my brows just because I don't know if I'm going to highlight underneath and I don't want powder to get in the way. So I'm going to be using my Benefit Precisely My Brow in shade 5 and 24-hour brow setter. You guys see me do this in practically every video. So I'm just going to zoom past this and I'm just going to fill them in. I'm not going to do them too dark, too light. I'm just going to kind of just stick to my everyday brow. Now that brows are in place, I've got my liquids and my creamers down. I am going to set with powder. I would just highly suggest setting because it's going to help the longevity of your liquids. Also, everything that I'm using on my face is very like slippy, slidey. None of it's matte, so therefore I'm going to use a little bit of powder. I'm personally not going to bake, but I'm going to take like a dense slash fluffy. I don't know if you can have that, but you'll see like the small fluffy brush. And I'm going to use my Mercier. This is the translucent powder. I'm going to pop this down the center of my face, down the sides of my nose, and also underneath my eyes as well. Now that powder is safely and securely down, I do look a little bit powdery. Don't worry, we'll sort that out in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and do my other powders like my blushes and my bronzers just to get all of the powders on the face out of the way before I spritz myself. I'm going to use the Revolution. This is the matte base powder in P13. The reason why I'm using this is just because I love the shade of it. I like Revolution bronzer shades, the foundation shades, but use them as bronzers. I love them. This has got that perfect orangey shade to it, so I'm going to use a little bit of this on a fluffy brush. I'm going to go over all the areas that we cream bronze just to bring them back to life. Sometimes the translucent powder can kind of diminish that. Now that bronzer is on, usually I think I would probably do my eye look and then move to blusher because it depends on how strong my eye look is. Depends on how like strong I do my blusher and stuff like that. I like to always come back to things and never finish something completely. But what I'm going to do is I am going to add a little bit of blusher just to give a little bit of flush to the cheeks. I'm going to be using the EX1 blushes in Natural Flush and also Pretty in Peach. Mixing them together and then popping them on the apples of the cheeks and blending them up towards my temples. I have no idea how long my necklace has been wanting to stay at the side, but I'm going to move it back in to the center. For eyes, I'm going to be using my Be Perfect Cosmetics in collaboration with Jar makeup artist, her clientele palette. Oh my gosh, this palette I feel like was made for me. It's got me all over it. I love these shades. I also love Makeup by Jar's work. It's very my style and I love the colors that she uses. So I'm going to start off just with the shade. Let's go in with the shade Dirty Tan. Just pop it in the crease, blow it out. It's going to be our crease color. I'm now also just going to run that beautiful shade on my lower lash line as well. This color for me is honestly like the most perfect transition color. It's very similar to my bronzer color, which I like. And if I was doing like just an everyday glam, I'd probably pop this through the crease, pop some lashes on or pop mascara on and walk out the door. It's that beautiful. It's just an easy like an easy everyday shade, and you can use this as a transition probably for most eye looks you're gonna do. Now the transition shade's on, let's move in. I was having a look at this palette and I just love all the colours. I think I'm going to move in to a little bit of brownie, which is a brown, but it's more of a light brown as opposed to like a darkish brown. So let's go into brownie and let's pop this on into the crease. We want the definition here, so let's try and pack this on to create that definition. Okay, at first with the shade brownie, I was like, where is it? What's going on? But actually it's a grower. Like, you build it up very softly, it brings the definition but very softly, and I don't feel like I've got a shade in a brown that isn't like and then you've got to blend it out. This is very soft and you build it up. So because I love the shade so much, I'm actually going to pop it on to my lid as well. Let's go in with a little bit of sparkle. I'm feeling more kind of soft for glamish. I don't want to go too dark with the browns or go into black or anything like that just yet anyway. So I'm going to take Pink Rose and Date Night. Am I going to take them two or am I going to take Boss? You know what? I'm just going to mix between all of the shimmers that I like. And then I'm going to pop this just very lightly on to the lid. Honestly, the shimmers in this palette, they're kind of like, when I see shimmers, it's not like a shimmer like a glitter pigment or anything like that. It's more of like a foiled finish. They are so pigmented. Oh my god, unreal. I'm a sucker for a matte eyeshadow. I just love matte eyeshadow. I love the way that it looks. But I feel like when you've got Diwali, Bollywood, Desi jewellery on, you need that glitter and all that sparkle. And these colours, I don't know what it is. I want to say it's like a taupey, pinky, I'm not too sure, rose goldy, I'm not too sure. This wasn't the vision that I had, but I love the colours together. What I'm going to do also, let me just quickly say, what I did do was I only did like halfway and then I blurred out from half of the lid outwards, so I didn't pack the whole lid of the foil shadow. I really concentrated it in the centre half just to kind of open and brighten the eye. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into this palette. I think I'm in love with this palette. I'm going to go into Glow Up, funnily enough, Glow Up. And we're just going to highlight the highest point, not even the highest point, but I'm going to highlight the brow bone. I really want to take this eye look to the next level, and I feel like glitter is going to do that. So we're going to take a leap of faith. I've actually got these 3 glitters. I love all of them. I've got OPV, I have Doll Beauty and Anastasia. I'll leave all the names of them down below, but they're all different kind of specs of gold glitter. So some are a little bit more gold, some is a little bit more champagne gold, and this one's kind of like a white gold. And what I'm going to do is I've got the Anastasia glitter adhesive. I'm just going to mix this on the back of my hand, create like a little bit of a concoction, and then with a fluffy brush I'm just going to stamp it on to the lid. I'm hoping that the camera's going to pick up the glitter, but I really want to concentrate that glitter just in the first half of the eyes. I just feel like this will take it to the ultimate glam. I really hope that you guys can see it, because in real life the sparkle is unreal. All of them glitters, the combination of them, and because they're really finely milled, are so beautiful. Like the lightest champagne gold, I popped in a little bit in the inner corner so it would really lift. I feel like you can't, I feel like it looks foiled on camera, but the glitter is unreal. Goes really nicely with the jewellery. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my NARS eyeliner pencil. This is their new high pigment Longwear eyeliner in Lost Frontier. It is a dark brown. I'm going to pop this in my waterline. Sometimes I feel like black can just be that little bit too harsh, you know, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this pencil, and because I haven't bought the glitter the whole way, this makes it a lot easier. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to line the last half, so from the tail end to half of my eye. I'm just going to draw all smudgy, kind of like a smudgy pencil line on my top lash line, and then blend it out. This is great because not only is it easy and quick and the pencil is super smudgy, it kind of gives you like a faux wing without having to go through the drama of doing a wing. I don't like doing wing liner, I just don't, it's hard. So it kind of gives you that, and I love the effortless kind of smudgy effect. I'm going to take my Pretty Little Glow by Doll Beauty highlighter, and I'm going to pop this into my inner corners now. For mascara, I'm going to be trying out the Urban Decay Perversion Waterproof Mascara. I'm going to pop this on my lashes. We are going to be applying fake lashes, so whatever mascara will do. For lashes, I want something super wispy, just very princess-like. Nothing that's too much, because I still want you to be able to see the glitter, but like fluffy and flirty. So I'm going to be using the velour lashes. These are the mink lashes in Fluff. Yeah, they are stunning. stunning, absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to pop these bad boys on. Now that eyes are completed, I was thinking about adding highlight, but you know what, I've not actually honestly been loving highlight recently. I feel like when I wear my foundation, do my blusher, bronzer, all of that, I feel like I've got a natural highlight, so I'm going to keep to that. So we're going to move straight to lips. I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier. This is the red chocolate Longwear lip liner. I'm going to line on my lips with this. Now that lips have been lined, I'm going to go in with my nude sticks. This is the gel colour lip and cheek balm in Pulse. Is it Pulse? Yeah, it's Pulse. It's absolutely beautiful. A really pinky nude, but glossy. I think it might be a tad too pink, but we'll see. I'm going to pop this all over the lip. Okay, so it's a beautiful pink. You can, of course, wear a pink for this look. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently blot it because I feel like it's a bit too pink for me, and then go over with a lighter gloss. Once it's blotted, I prefer it a lot more. You could wear it like this. I'm going to go in with my Dior Lip Maximizer. It's a lip plumper, but it looks kind of like lightish pink. So I'm just going to pop this over the top. Definitely love that lip. So it's a little bit more subtle. Still got a hint of pink, but it just ties into that look really nicely. Let me just take these bad boys out. Okay, so I've just quickly popped my hair half up, half down. I'm not the biggest fan of doing hair, so we've just had to make do with what we've got. And then I'm going to pop on my decay. Now, of course, for Diwali or whatever celebration you are celebrating, you don't have to wear this jewellery. You can wear just the earrings, just the necklace, it's up to you. But let me just do the full wax to give you guys a good idea as to what it will look like with the makeup. And I'm going to pop on this decay real quick. Now, if you guys know me well and you've watched my other Diwali or Bollywood inspired tutorials, then you know that wearing a decay is just not my thing. When I walk, I practically walk like I'm walking on eggshells. Like, it's so difficult. It doesn't matter if I glue it down, it doesn't matter how many clips I put in. I just don't really like it. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. It makes me feel like it's going to drop at any second. But that, guys, is it. I hope you guys really enjoyed my Diwali makeup look. Let me know what you thought down below. This is more of a soft glam, very wearable look. It's very me. Let me know what you want to see next. I'm thinking about doing more Diwali looks. Do you want to see more like smoky or more colourful? I know I don't do a lot of colour on my channel. It's just not me. But I love like a soft glam look. So if you want something a little bit more dark brown, black, blue maybe, let me know down below. And I love you guys so very much. I will see you in my next video. Mwah.